Welcome back to Kin in Line. I make this part 159. I'd like to apologize for cutting short the previous video. It was my clumsy fingers that pressed the stop button or the exit button or something. Anyway, this is Bonza Bay Beach, probably in about 2010, 12, around about there. And this is a young African chap, the waves just suggested. Part of the beauty of this for me was that in the 70s we campaigned for open beaches, non-racial beaches, and the end of segregation. So I was able to now witness people of all colors happily mixing on the beach. Sorry, these little rectangular things that I've made. Nice and portable, but hard to separate. So another woman now sort of bathing at the beach, sunbathing or walking around. And often, drawing in bright sunlight isn't always that easy. Here we've got one of my sons, I think it would be, with his belly board, just heading off to catch some waves. Lovely bathing beach at Bonza Bay. And your yummy mummy, slim lady, walking about. Again, I haven't tried to be exact. This is just a 2-3 minute sketch, if that. And when you're sketching rapidly, you get these nice exaggerations, like this full-bodied woman in full sail striding across the beach. By contrast, here's a very fit-looking young woman, merely suggested, with her child. Unfortunately, there's a bit of foxing has occurred on this paper, which is just, I don't know how it happens to some paper, not other. And here we've got a largish lady under an umbrella. And somebody heading off for a surf. Again, these aren't meant to be directly accurate, they're just meant to be sort of almost impressions. These could be our two sons playing in the sand, so they were still young enough to be doing this. So probably not even the 20-teens, probably in between 2000 and 2010. That's when they were in their teens. So 3 large figures heading off into the surf at Bonza Bay, and those rows of breakers can just be endless and relentless. And here's the view out towards Kanubi, so that's the walk we often took as youngsters with our parents, and I often jogged along there. I spoke about the promenade, what we call the promenade. It always sounded very fancy, but this is it. So it was just stone steps on the right, the river on the far right, leading to, so the steps along the side of the river, and then, yeah, there was that little kiosk was there where you could buy your stuff. The local Africans used to come there with like money secreted in various parts of their clothing to buy stuff from the kiosk, as it was called. Now we get a few oddball characters. I'm not sure if these were done on the beach or where, but nice looking chap. Nice beard. This probably tells us what years we're looking at roughly. A cell phone that opened out like that. So I was quick to latch on to the new technology and capture it in drawings. That's when thumbs were started evolving as really powerful instruments. Sunbathing beauty without feet. So I think that cell phone picture was done at the same time as I did this, which is a guy who was seated in front of us when we watched a cricket test at St. George's Park. I'm just sorry about that little loop, which has no definition, defines no form, so I don't know why it's there. Otherwise, I think quite a strong drawing of a man's back. And then there was this character watching the game. And right next to us, I managed to sneak this picture of a avid sportswoman following it on her binoculars. And we actually went and watched the South African team. I prefer to call them the Springboks, but I suppose they are the Proteas. So we watched them in the nets. Can't work out the name at the bottom there. COU. Anyway, this was in the time when, what was his? Well, there was great players. A.B. de Villiers. This could well be him. Smith, what was his name? He was a captain. This could be him. And this Muslim guy, whose name I also can't remember. Terrible short-term memory. Would this be AB? And a lefty, so a left-handed batsman, sketched through the fence of the cricket net. So, yeah, on one occasion my wife went overseas for her brother's, what would it have been, 50th birthday or something, to Scotland. And I was left holding the fort, and I sort of whiled away some time doing some weird and wacky sketches again, things from the subconscious, and it might just be Robin reflected in the sky there. But, it always seems to happen that my little figure lying flat facing you emerges. Or the whistle person. This must be a whistleblower, actually. Quite appropriate in this time of ongoing political intrigue and people like Assange locked away for years for disseminating just information people don't want us to know. So this one isn't trying to give me a really nice, crisp picture for some reason. And now here's the monkey man. Yeah. Really don't know how I came up with these. There's another equally odd bod. You've got to count the limbs to make sure they're all there. They're definitely not in the right spot, but a nice little pet for my friend Klaus. I'll see if I can find the ideal mascot for his New World Order. WEF dystopian nightmare. No, that's not nearly dystopian enough. Eh? Something boiling over on the stove in the background. Well, this is probably us, the weary public, looking on and wondering what the hell is going on. This is the 3rd of May 2022, and war has been waged in Ukraine for a month or two. The pandemic is being resurrected in our minds as quickly as that can. I'm trying to work out which way up this figure goes. This is probably a reflection of where the world's at. You know, we're just in a sort of jumble. And this guy might also just be actually, he's a good point for me to terminate this little section. So till next time, cheers.